JonnyPink, hopefully you can see me. Hopefully everything is in focus. I can't see anything, and that's not high enough, is it? I wanted to do a proper comparison between Canon's 800 f11 and the 200-800. Which one do I actually prefer? Well, I was in San Diego and I was shooting at Bolsa Chica. JonnyPink, this is Bolsa Chica Ecological Reserve. Not quite what I was expecting. I'm used to being right down next to the water with all the places that we have at home, like Sepulveda or the river, or even if you go to Malibu Lagoon, you get right down where the birds are, except as you're walking down the path. And the lagoon itself there, you're still kind of high up like this. But here, it seems that the farther south you go, like towards San Diego area, you're always really far away from the water, other than the mudflats where I'm going to tomorrow. Nope, I have seen a couple birds here that I've never seen before, and they'll be listed over here. I've never seen some of these, which is actually pretty cool. And we get some of these other ones at King Gillette during the wintertime and during migration as well. And if you're curious, which you're not, but if you're, what I'm shooting today is Canon's R7. There we go, Canon's R7. And the 200-800 in my bag that you can't see from there, I have the 800 f11 as well. So I'm going to show you a couple of photos. Check these out. If you've not seen any of them, let me know down below. If I mislabeled them, which I often do because Google gives it to me wrong, show me down below. Check these out. And the photos, as I was going through everything, they're okay. They're not great, they're just okay. And I was using Canon's 200-800 on the R7. Now both of these lenses I actually prefer on a full frame camera. 800 is, as I've said many times, my personal favorite focal length. Just what I prefer, everybody's a little bit different. So when you get a really, really long lens and you're shooting at 1280 millimeters or whatever it is, you get atmospheric distortion. Like this video here, I was shooting video, it was sitting on a tripod, it wasn't handheld. You can see the distortion in there just from the distance. It is what it is, there's nothing really you can do about that. And that's okay. Knowing that going into it, it's okay. So I'm only using a little bit of this footage from Bolsa Chica. I was completely underwhelmed. I like being here at the river where you can get right down into the water, right next to the birds. And to me, that is the best way to shoot. Up high from a distance is not a good way to shoot. It was pretty cool seeing things that I'd never seen before. Then the next day, which would have been Friday, I think it was, I went back to the mudflats as the sun was coming up. Got a couple of shots with both of these. That was exciting too, but there wasn't as much when I realized that I've got all of this here in my backyard, 20 minutes from home. I don't need to drive 2.5 hours, 4 hours if there's traffic to get that 130 miles. I can do it right here. So I'm going to show you the difference between this and this. Now when this first came out and on the cameras we were using it on, you only had that center button to focus, and it's still the same way when I put it on the R7. But when I put it on the R50 and on the R5 II and on the R3, I think I brought the R3 with me today as well. I'll show you the difference in the screen of what it looks like when it is on the camera. And I'll be using another new tripod that I have, another PhotoPro tripod. Man, I really, really, really like their products. So this is their newest one, and I'll be doing a review on that. In fact, I will have already put it out. I'll have it over here. Absolutely love their products. They are amazing. Back to why I'm here. I am going to take these two. I'm going to wander out into the river. I've already been shooting with this before some of the haze burned off. I'm going to switch right now and go out there with this one. So come with me this way. Come on, man, you can't say this isn't cool. And it's almost deep enough to where I almost need waders. All right, let me throw the screen on there and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, and I'm going to film with a couple of different cameras, which is why I'm filming on the old Sony today, because I have 3 cameras with me to show you the difference in the screen. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but let me get it set up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Tell me what you think down below. Leave me the comments. I already know which one I prefer, which one I think is better, but let me know what you think. All right, now I know you won't be able to see it in the light, but I do have the screen on here. I'm recording the screen, and there is a box that goes all the way around here. This is the nature of this original lens on the older tech, but I'm going to throw it onto the R3 and I'll show you the difference. It doesn't do this on the R50 either, but you don't get the whole screen. But you can see how it does actually. I'm not used to shooting this way, but it does lock on. Absolutely love this lens. All right, let me switch bodies and I'll show you the difference of what it looked like before and how it has changed now on the newer stuff. So let me switch. Okay, so now I've got the R3 on here and you can see that box. Let me hit record. Okay, so now I'm recording the screen. That box, let's go over here. I actually have full frame. It comes out almost all the way to the edges, more so than it did on the older cameras. Okay, so now I've been shooting with both lenses. When the 200 to 800, well, let's back up. When the F11 came out, the 800 F11, knowing that I like 800, I poo-pooed that, and I've said it many, many times because, oh, it's F11, come on, man, that's terrible. The truth is, I love it. When the 200-800 came out, my first impression was, I hate it. I don't like where the focus ring is. I didn't like any of that stuff. And I debated on returning it. I've used it several times. I do love the zoom. It's very useful. But between these two, I like the 800 F11 better. I think it is just that much sharper. I like the images. Every lens has a slight color to it. I like the color better on the 800 F11. I find myself using that more when I have both of them with me. But that's just my opinion based on my use for what I do. Let me know down below, since I've been showing them side by side. Let me know what you guys think. Can you go wrong with either one of them? Absolutely not. But if you're on a budget, the 800 F11 is an amazing option. It is limited. You don't have the zoom. You do have the zoom with the 200-800, but both of these I think perform better on a full frame camera. That's my 2 cents. That's it. Now I'm going to wander out directly out into the river with this setup. Why not? And if you are in the market, you just want to try something that you didn't think you'd ever be able to afford or you don't have access to, you can rent. I rent from Lens Rentals. If you use my link down below, I think it gets you 25 bucks off. I get a couple of points for it. It lets them know that you're watching my stuff. It's not an affiliate link in any way, shape, or form, but you get to try something new, and that gets me a couple of points that I can put towards another rental. I have the R1 coming in December if all goes well. All right, JonnyPink, again, check it out. Let me know. Leave me comments down below. Let me know what you think about the two lenses. I know which one I prefer. As I said, it's the 800 F11. Spoiler, I think it's awesome. JonnyPink, thanks a lot, man. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys